I heard. I was there for most of it. Oh gosh.
Well, I finished it before I left. I let her stay in the bad place with her cat.
I didn't. I felt that the
You
cat
didn't
wanted
give her
to.
a cat?
If the cat wanted to be down there, it would have went down there.
I didn't like the cat because it made my life harder, so it gets to stay with its owner. It made me fish for it. You know, I'm really, I just didn't care.
This may come as a shocking surprise. Jeez. Goodbye, my love. Go away and taste the pain. Come again some other day.
It's apparently one of Deanna's college friends' birthdays as well today.
Awesome. Like Jawsome. Whoever the hell that is. Oh my gosh.
I've only seen him like 3 times in my life. So,
And that's 3 times too many in my opinion.
I mean, I don't have strong feelings about him one way or another. Which to some people I may think is a bit of an insult. Like if I don't even leave an impact in your life, like that means I'm less than nothing to you.
Like, by all means, some people will say, like, hating someone does prove that there is some sort of emotional content.
You still care.
Yeah. You have, there's this baffling ass logic that to hate someone you have to love them first.
I remember a time when the word free always had positive connotations. Free food, free drink, and the city of Paris is free of the Bourbonite menace, and if you follow the signs for free candy, it usually results in making many interesting new friends in the back of an unmarked van. But not anymore. Now I regard the word free with immediate suspicion, yet another word ruined by the world of video games, alongside other once perfectly good words like connect and virtual and Molyneux. So you can imagine my mixed feelings when a free-to-play game comes out on the PS4 with the name Suda51 hanging off it, a word that hasn't yet been ruined for me. If you're just joining us, Suda51 is a Japanese game director inexplicably named after his car license plate, who made his name with quirky alternative post-punk games like Killer 7 and No More Heroes, but in his more recent games, to my mind, has been trying a bit too hard to live up to that reputation. The words lollipop and chainsaw spring to mind. Let It Die kicks off with a skateboarding Grim Reaper wearing funky sunglasses, which is an image that leaps straight off the front cover of the Complete Dullard's Guide to Creativity. See, it's a traditionally grim thing, acting in a lively and light-hearted way. That's almost as clever as putting a hat on a dog. Shit on a midshipman's biscuit, a dog in a hat. Dogs don't wear hats! I hope the government are keeping a watchful eye on this dangerous subversive. Anyway, Let It Die is a roguelike survival action adventure. This is fun, isn't it? Let's throw out a few more words that don't actually mean anything. Blinking Kangaroo Stovepipe. Alright, it sounds like a cross between Dark Souls and Zombie U, with a dash of Manhunt sprinkled on the top, represented mainly by unnecessarily violent finishing moves with improvised weaponry. Hey, we're smashing someone's face in with a steam iron. That's not a thing traditionally done with a steam iron. Someone put that crazy Suda51 on the terrorist watch list before he breaks wind in front of the Queen or something. You play a succession of men and women dressed like an Olympic swimming team. They got about 1/5 of the way through being assimilated by the Borg, and your task is to fight through all the levels of a mysterious tower in order to get the prize. The prize
Yeah, I
being
figured that
not
was
having
coming to an end
fight
real
the mysterious
soon.
tower anymore. Combat is superficially.
I knew that was
Dark
4
Souls-y,
kills in a
and
row.
around stamina
I was like,
management
that's
with
not
punishing,
about
which
the end
incidentally
well
is
for me.
one word the video games hasn't ruined, and I think we should invent more meanings for whiff punishing just so I can use it more often. Darling, I'd like to make an omelette. Would you mind whiff punishing some eggs for me? But I know my Dark Souls, and you, sir, are no Dark Souls. The thing about Dark Souls combat is that it's best suited to one-on-one. You and your opponent trying to wriggle around each other like a pair of hedgehogs ballroom dancing inside a tube sock. But Let It Die constantly makes you fight groups of 2 or 3. Mind you, the enemies can damage each other, so I'd just keep dodging and let them accidentally clip each other to death, which works, but just isn't as satisfying as the proper way, like hammering in a nail with a saucepan. Also, and you might want to get a pencil because this is a fairly technical suggestion, it'd be nice if the dodge button actually fucking worked. When the game's going, well, he got you with the first hit of the combo, so you might as well keep standing there sputtering indignantly while he does the rest of it. The game also assigns more than one command to some buttons, like it's passive-aggressively trying to get them married. You throw your current inventory item by touching the trackpad, and eat it by touching touching the trackpad in a subtly different way. And I'm sure you can imagine there is very little overlap between things you want to throw at people and things you want to eat. The list starts and ends with custard pies. There aren't a whole lot of custard pies in the Tower of Barbs. You also cycle your inventory by touching the trackpad in a third subtly different way. Blimey, this is like trying to seduce your lady friend in a darkened cinema and discovering that all along you were fingering her bacon sandwich. Maybe it's part of the challenge, but the primary challenge of a free-to-play game is figuring out when and how the game is going to start stinging you for dosh. Because it's unusual for a single-player game to be free to play, at least one that's not aimed at housewives with empty nest syndrome or kids with itchy micropayment fingers. And yes, Let It Die is a single-player game. Don't let those international leaderboards fool you. There's an asynchronous multiplayer sort of arrangement wherein you invade other people's hub worlds and wreck up the place for cash, but you can't interact with other players directly. You only fight the random Johnnies they assign to defend themselves, and it's no different to fighting the random Johnnies in the actual levels, except instead of fighting them in samey environments, you fight them in the same environment. A subtle but crucial difference, I'm sure you'll agree. You don't even get better stuff from doing it, so I'm not sure why you'd want to, except that you get to imagine another player somewhere in the world shaking their tiny fists in impotent rage, which sounds petty, but it's the kind of petty satisfaction you need after you yourself have had to shake your tiny impotent fists because someone broke into your hub world and whittled in the drinking fountain. So let's get back to the actual game and how it stings you for micropayments. See, micropayments for buying continues to keep going after death, and you get a generous free sample of those that lasts just about long enough for you to start getting invested. But I didn't realise you're not actually supposed to be getting invested. You're supposed to, quote, let it die. See, once you hit level 10, you're supposed to ditch your current favourite avatars and start levelling up new higher tier ones with better stats, level caps, and go faster stripes, so you can tackle the new batch of levels without getting your face steam ironed onto a hilarious souvenir t-shirt. I didn't know that, and I noticed the game wasn't in much of a hurry to inform me of that, as I blew all my continues trying to get my tier 1 character to level 13. Perhaps it's churlish of me to expect a free game not to try to cover its costs, but this was also the point where the game started getting grind-delicious. You see, after my best character died and I had no continues, I needed to pay in-game money to resurrect him instead. For you see, permadeath is only a thing that poor people have to worry about. But to make that money, I had to grind with my second best avatar, but his stats were lower and I got him killed as well. So I had to grind up with my third best to bring him back so I could continue grinding up to bring my best one back. And that's when I knew I got caught in an inescapable vortex of failure. I learned that lesson from the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Alright then.
I won't lie, his video
hurt. You don't lie.
Like his videos tend to end so abruptly. Like it feels like there are times when you really want him to just keep talking, and he's not gonna because the video is over. You and your allies are fucking great. Don't get your shit wrecked, son. What?
It's just because Shax is such a proper person that's funny.
It is the mixture.
You don't expect it to come out of his mouth.
It is the mixture of like proper and fuck you saying. Enjoy that, motherfucker.
Surprise, mother. Supplies, mother.
Some fries, motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker. Two pies, motherfucker.
I mean, that's actually a pleasant surprise.
It is.
I mean,
If you like pie. And surprises.
You don't think you'd like surprise pie?
It depends on what flavor of pie.
See,
and
that's what I was saying.
And if it's actual pie.
Yeah, if it's like one of those Hostess like fruit pies, no. That's not pie.
I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking one kind of pie. I was. It was the kind of pie that isn't actual pie. It's not even actual food. It's just a particular moniker for a part of the female anatomy that has pie behind it.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking about an actual confectionery treat.
Treat. Yeah, damn! You didn't know I was coming, though.
Gross.
That's what he said. Ba-da-bop.
We'll be here all week.
Your light is strong. Turn your swag on. Wow, even 10,000. That's rare. Did you come find me and stay and dance? Is that you?
No, I'm behind you.
Oh. Somebody was standing in front of me dancing. I got sandwiched. I got stuck in a dance sandwich.
Oh my goodness, I'm not this good. I'm not.
I'm not this good. I mean, 12-9 ain't great to some people, but that's better than I normally do.
It's still positive.
And I'm sure anybody who was listening just now heard my voice change 3 octaves in the same sentence. That's because I was very aware of what I sounded like and I wanted to change it.
I'm not.